MATES International Education and Visa Services. MATES International is a trustworthy and experienced name around the world since 2007 for genuine education, migration and visa services for international students to fulfil their dreams in Australia. We are all about making you skilled, which is in demand in Australia. We are offering our services from different countries in the world. We have branches in Australia, Philippines, Nepal, India, Fiji, PNG, Japan, New Zealand, Indonesia, Mauritius. We have highly experienced and professional education counsellors and in-house registered migration agents to take care of you for your education, visa, migration, OSHC, OVHC purchase, and for your career counselling. We can help you make a skilled person which is in demand right away if you're thinking to stay longer in Australia. So, what are you waiting for? Contact or visit MATES. MATES International. Trust the experience. Trust MATES. Achieve results with MATES.
And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world, in Australia, Philippines. Hello and welcome to our FAQ live stream with MATES International, where we will be tackling the most frequently asked questions about student visas, pathways to becoming a permanent resident here in Australia through student visa pathways. So we will be tackling all about that. This session will be rich with information and insight. So we will be starting in very few moments. We're just waiting for a few more people to come in and join our live stream. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Annie Morales. I am your host for today, and also I'll be one of your MCs for the upcoming Bayanihan Festival this coming June 3 at the Kingston Butter Factory. That is exactly a month from now, so don't miss it out. And here with me today is the founder and director of MATES International, Badri Jaishi.
Hello everyone. Thank you for being here and welcome to the show.
Absolutely, and we're so happy that you're able to give us your time because there's so much frequently asked questions that we will go through today. And
right.
We are proud to have MATES International as one of our sponsors for the Bayanihan event. They are the best in the business when it comes to helping people come here to Australia, study in Australia, and pursue a life and career here. So so I think we are ready to start our live stream. So first and foremost, Badri, can you please tell us more about MATES International, what your services are and what you do?
Yes, definitely. Thank you for having me today, and also thank you for giving us opportunity for the upcoming community event that we are glad to be part of it. And MATES International is basically education and visa services that we help students to achieve who wants to come and study here in Australia. So we are doing this since 2007. So we have the 16 years of experience when it comes to student visa. So anyone who are willing to study in Australia from Philippines, so we help them start till end. So we help them collect their documents and the course of their choice where they want to study, anywhere in Australia, any state. So we help them with the documentation, admissions, and then student visa. So once they arrive here in Australia, we also help them further with their work visa or a partner visa or a permanent visa, so of their choice. So as long as they are eligible, we are there to help with the visa processing as well, all the way starting till the end.
Wow.
So that's what we do. So that is basically what MATES International Education and Visa Services. The name itself says it all.
Yes, MATES.
Yes.
Like being part of the community, Bayanihan, like in Filipino as well.
Yes.
But one thing I would like to ask as well, because MATES International, I think not only do you have a branch in Brisbane, you have also other branches around the world, right?
Yes, we do have branches. So our head office is in Brisbane. We also have other 2 branches in Adelaide and in Perth in Australia, and then we have about 15 branches in Philippines, and we also have it in Fiji, Mauritius, Japan, Nepal, India. So these are some of our other branches where we help students achieve the dream of studying and living in Australia.
Exactly, and this is the reason why we are here today, because I myself, I am a student visa holder before, and now I'm a permanent resident, and you know, it is a journey, a roller coaster of a journey, and for me it's very important to have the right guidance and support. I myself have gone through an agency, and it's really important that you guide them through and through, because as of the moment, migration law is ever changing. Every day there's something new coming in, and this is where your team and you come in to help people to make sure that you are up to date. And for those people who feel like they can do the student visa applications themselves, you know, it is hard, because maybe 9 times out of 10 you may be looking at an article that is already outdated, and maybe you might not even pursuing the right course or pathway. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this is where all our experience comes. So with our 16 years of experience, so we make sure whatever we submit to the High Commission for a visa purpose is absolutely right. So as a registered migration agent, so we are a team of a registered migration agent, so we have a genuine license, we have the authority to lodge student visa files. So we make sure that everything is put in the place properly as needed before we submit application to High Commission. So we are also aware of you know, what are the skill occupation lists, and what course can lead you to that skill occupation list. So it's not only about the skill occupation list. We also need to see what is coming up, what is in demand, which state need what sort of you know, labor, so what sort of skilled person. So we need to make sure that or we make sure to show it to the student, okay, look, these are the skills that are in demand in Australia, and these are some of the courses that can lead you to that occupation, so that you know, if you choose to stay in this country, there's only one simple thing: you make yourself skilled enough. But you make skill that are in demand in Australia. So we play a big part, you know, counseling students. Okay, look, these are the occupations that are in demand. So they choose the course as needed, and then as per their you know, choice. And then if they study, and if they're good enough and they complete the study, they make themselves smart enough, they can stay in this country. Exactly. So that's where all our experience comes. So we know what it takes for someone. As you said, you were a student before. Even me, I was student before. So I started my journey as a student, and then I made myself skilled enough, and then I migrated to this country. And then I've been doing that for 16 years. We have helped many international students achieve that dream. So this is where all MATES International Experience team that we start from Philippines all the way to Australia. So once they arrive here on a student visa, we also help them, you know, going into other temporary visas leading to the permanent visa. So it's not about, okay, look, your student visa is done, now you're not our client anymore. So they can come and see us here, right in Brisbane, right in Australia. So this is where we are different from other agents as well.
Exactly, because it just doesn't stop there. When you come to Australia with intention to study, you also intend to stay here.
Right.
And that is why what I love about your company is you really take another step further. Not only do you assist them with getting their visa applications and getting admitted to universities and colleges, you also help them find ways to transition from student to becoming a permanent resident, right?
Exactly, yes, exactly.
And they have 16 years of experience as well. And I do know that MATES International is popular here in Brisbane. You are well known because you are established, and there's a reason why, because a lot of people have tried and tested them for such a long time. They refer their friends and family to MATES International. So I myself have heard of MATES International. That's how popular you are.
Thank you.
You know, I've heard only good stuff.
Right.
So yeah. So we are ready to tackle our frequently asked questions.
Yes, I'm ready.
Born ready.
Born ready, yes.
Absolutely. And most of these questions are coming from our international student cohort. As you know, there's a lot of questions coming up, especially in Facebook groups, you know, and for me, this is why we have this live stream, to tackle that knowledge gap, to give them more information, because we just wanted to make your stay here in Australia as long as possible, as good as possible, because this is a beautiful country. Yes. And we are here to support everyone who's coming here, who has dreams of coming here. And by the way, if you want to study in Australia, or if you know anyone who's interested in coming to Australia to study, stay tuned to this live stream. Feel free to share this video to your family and friends because we have an expert in the house to help tackle all those questions. So,
yes, thank you. Yeah, Australia is a very smart country. You know, I see it as a smart country. They need skilled people. So anyone who wanted to come here and they want to make themselves skilled enough, then you know you are good to stay long term if you are willing to. Of course, once you become a resident, you can always travel back home. You know. With no visas, and then once you are skilled enough, you stay in this country. You have huge job opportunity, and of course the pay scale is good too.
Exactly.
Just make yourself skilled. It's pretty simple, and we help you do that. We can show you the pathway of how you can make yourself skilled enough. So it's very simple. There's definitely no shortcut. We all know. So as long as you're making yourself skilled enough, and there are schools, there are courses, there are facilities, everything. For you to actually become skilled. So it's pretty simple, and all our experience and expertise, we are here, you know, and we don't charge anything for counseling. Is free. So come and talk to us, and we'll show you the pathway. You do the study, and we lodge your visa, and then you're done.
Oh, that's
it's pretty simple.
So they can have like a free consultation session.
Yeah,
with you?
free consultation session with even with the migration agent, as long as they are coming to see us with the appointment, and they can get free consultation. And especially for our student, we are always open with open arms. You know, come and see us, come and talk to mates.
Yes, come here because mates, from the word itself, where friends come here, this is a community. We want to make sure that we really help our community. So without further ado, let's go to our very first question.
Sure.
Okay, so the first question asked by our international students is, do you need to be fluent in English if you study in Australia?
For Filipino national, most of them they already speak in English medium. So as long as they completed their previous course, Year 12 or K-12 or Bachelor or Masters in English medium, that's enough for them to study in Australia. It is as of now, it is not compulsory to give IELTS or English test to study in Australia. Most of the colleges and university would accept you without English test, as long as you can submit us that you have studied in English medium school. So you don't have to have, you don't need to be proficient enough to study in Australia, as long as you have minimum of K-12 or Year 12 studied in English medium. That's good enough for you to study and get student visa in Australia.
That sounds really fascinating as well, because when I went to Australia, I needed to take an IELTS, all those tests. But what you just said, that is really perfect, especially those who feel intimidated because they feel like their English is not up to that level. But no, the thing is, here in Australia, people are so welcoming and so patient and understanding. So don't be afraid. That is not a reason why you shouldn't go study in Australia. The most important requirement that you need is determination.
Yes. Make the decision, and as long as you have that minimum English requirement met, you don't need to go through all those tests for student visa. It's not compulsory as of now, but this keep changing. So it normally there's a risk level for every country, and it changes twice a year. So for now, up until October, that English requirement is not compulsory. So the new revision will come again in October. So you can check with us whether after October, for another 6 months, whether that English test is compulsory or not, and then we can give you the news right away.
And this is exactly what I mean, because you are up to date, you know the laws, what are the changes, and that is so important, especially when people are making that life-changing decision to come here. It's a big decision. So I think when people make the decision to come to Australia, you have to give your 100%. You go to the right people, Mates International, and they will guide you throughout that journey. So we can go to our second question. Is it difficult to study in Australia?
No, not at all. It's not difficult at all. I was only 19 years old when I first came to Australia. That was the first time I left my mom and dad. So when I can do it, anyone can do it. And you did it yourself. It's not difficult to study in Australia. It's not like you going to school Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's about 20 hours a week. Some of the colleges, two days a week you go to school. And I don't see any international student failing unless they don't study, or they go and drink too much beer, or go in a pub, and they don't care about study at all. I don't see any student failing in this country. You know, just a little bit of study, and then you are good. So it is not difficult.
Yes.
Not difficult at all to study in Australia.
And you just need that determination.
You just need that determination, and yeah, spend a few hours studying, and then you can work part-time, you can play soccer, you can play basketball. It's very popular for Filipinos.
Yes.
So I don't see any issue there.
Basketball, boxing, Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
If you only have a boxing course pathway to PR here in Australia.
Yeah, we have a fitness course. We have a fitness course. We have a boxing course. If students are wanting to study, yes. They just need to package with the English course, and they can come here and do the training, fitness course as well. Yes, so
I wish I took that course.
Yes, you can. It's never too late. You can start again.
Awesome. So yeah, there you have it. So there's really so many pathways and courses, and we will tackle that as well. I'll be asking you that question too, because a lot of people are probably asking which courses or pathways that I need to do in order for me to not only be a student but to stay here permanently.
Yeah, there's the skill occupation list. There are a whole list of occupation that can get you to permanent visas. Most popular ones or most common ones are, of course, nursing, teaching, accounting, IT. If we talk about vocational courses, vocational means diploma courses, is a chef, carpenters, bricklayers. These are some of the courses that can lead you to the occupation that are actually in demand. So the courses are never in demand. It's the occupation that is in demand. So you have to study the right course that can lead you to that occupation. So there's a bit of confusion. It's not that what course can I study to get a PR? It's not about what course can I get. So you need to check what course can lead you to that occupation that are in demand in Australia. So as long as you are choosing the right course, and as long as you are completing that course, there are always a pathway for permanent visas.
Yes, because the permanent visa is about a point system as well.
Yes, it is a point system, and the recent there was a recent announcement only last week or so that the point system they are removing the point system. They are changing the skill occupation list. So there might be there is a changes coming in next financial year or end of this year. But yes, there is a point system. You get points for your age, you get points for your qualification, you get points for your work experience, so you get points for your English test. So even though you don't need an English test for your student visa, so you might need it later on once you finish a study to apply PR. So yeah, of course there is a point system, and each and every details we can explain it to anyone who are willing to study, complete their study, and then yes, and this is where we are here again for our students who come to Australia. We are there again to explain from day one. Okay, look, as soon as they arrive in Australia, within a week they are in our office, and then they will say, oh, how can we get PR? We can explain them in detail. Oh, this is what you need to do. Make a plan, 3-year plan, 4-year plan, 5-year plan. So what students need to understand is don't rush into getting into PR. There's definitely no shortcut. As long as you are planning it for 5 years, if you are achieving that PR in 5 years, then you are absolutely doing great.
Exactly.
So if you want PR in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 12 months, then it is difficult.
Yeah.
It is impossible. So so you have to imagine yourself spending 5 years in Philippines. What can you achieve? Maybe your 30,000 pesos a month salary can move to 40,000 pesos a month, maybe in 5 years' time, or 50,000 pesos a month. But if you come here on a student visa and then do a bit of hard work on in the first 2 years, 3 years, and finish your course and study, and then in 5 years' time you are looking so you'll be very close to getting that Australian residence. So you see the difference there. So that's what it is. So there's definitely no shortcut. But yes, as long as you are choosing the right course, getting to that occupation, you are good for permanent residence.
It really needs to be planned out thoroughly.
Exactly. Yes.
Really
Yes. And again, our experienced team can show students a pathway of how you can achieve that. So you just need to focus and study. As long as you are studying and keep making yourself skilled enough. If one skill is not enough, just keep going for next skill. have
Yeah.
a multiple skill. As long as you are here, not breaching your visa and not looking into shortcut, it's very important, because some of the students, they come here on a student visa and they think they are here and they can do whatever they want. Please don't do that. You need to really take care of your current visa, which is very important. You know, they come to the college and they said in 1 month time they want to go to different college, they want to change the course, they want to do this, they want to do that. You know, all the friends telling each other, and they keep changing it. So it is difficult. You know, as long as it is always difficult for first few months. You know, even anyone who come here, it is difficult for a student to settle in for first 12 months. But you are coming from developing country to developed country, so it will take time for you to settle in. So once you are settled, then slowly it can only get better and better. So you really need to focus.
Yeah. Just take that
And
leap
plan.
of faith
Yes.
and plan.
Yes. Plan your
You
problem.
also talked about the age. So is there an age limit in order to study in Australia?
So no, there's no age limit for a student visa. But anyone who has a long gap of not studying, say someone not studying for 10 years or more, and they are, you know, working for last 10 years and working for last 15 years, and their previous study was like 15 years ago. So it can be difficult for them to convince High Commission, you know, why do you want to study again after 15 years? So we don't see you as a genuine student. So immigration wants to see whether the intention of this student is genuine to coming here and study. So there's definitely an age limit for a skilled migration. Once you are 45 years of age, then you cannot apply skilled migration. So you cannot get a PR through study and through skilled migration. So you have to be under 45. So, you know, if you are over 35 years of age, unless you have a very, very exceptional, genuine reason to study, it can get tricky for you to get student visa. So under 35 and you know, 30 or above, it again depends. If you have a really big experience or working experience, you are working in a managerial label or a corporate label, you come here and study MBA, then the visa chances are high. But you have a long 10 years of study gap and you want to come here and do any diploma program, so it can be difficult for you to get a student visa. So it really depends on a case-by-case basis. But to answer whether there's an age limit for student visa, there's no age limit, but you need to be careful at what age you are applying a student visa, whether we can prove it to High Commission your genuineness of getting student visa or not. So it really depends. So, and again, yeah, we can check your profile, and of course, Mates International team can help you exactly whether or what are the chances for you to getting a student visa.
Exactly. It's a circumstantial basis, you know, then that is why our audience, if you are wanting to study in Australia, if you know anyone who wishes to study, come to Mates International, because they will assess you and see if you're able to do this. They'll give you the pathways or courses that you need to be tackling, and that goes to our next question: how to determine if the course I will be studying has PR pathway? How do you determine that?
How do we determine? So you know how I said the subject leads you to the skilled occupation. So we can tell you exactly. We as a team can tell you what course can lead you to what occupation, right? So if someone wants to become a registered nurse, of course they need to study Bachelor of Nursing. But if they study Diploma of Nursing, the Diploma of Nursing can only make applicant enroll nurse. So they cannot make you registered nurse. But Diploma of Nursing and enroll nurse can also lead you to PR, but depending on which state and where you are studying, because there is a state occupation list as well. So Diploma of Nursing can lead you to PR as well through 190 visa, and Bachelor of Nursing can also lead you to PR through 189 visa. So different courses, different programs, and Bachelor of IT can lead you to a PR as well. Bachelor of Accounting can lead you to PR as well, like a Diploma of Certificate 4 in Commercial Cookery plus Diploma of Hospitality can lead you to PR as well. You become a chef. And you know, likewise, if you have a Certificate 3 in Carpentry, can lead you to the occupation of carpenter, so that can lead you to PR as well. So it really, the list of occupation, you know, you can Google skill occupation list Australia, and it will give you the whole list of occupation. And of course, for you to get that occupation, you need to study the right course. And studying the right course, again, depends on your background as well. So if you are working in a bank, or if you are working in a call center and you want to study a Bachelor of Nursing, so that can be tricky as well for you to get visa, because you cannot, immigration don't want student to come here to get PR. You know, your intention has to be study first. So as a genuine student, you need to enter here on a student visa as a genuine student, and you complete your study, and your first intention has to go back home. But if you make yourself skilled enough after completing your course, then Australia might want you to stay here, because it's a smart country, right? They want only skilled people. They don't want non-skilled people. So it's up to you whether and how you want to make yourself skilled to stay here. So that's the tricky part. So the subjects and the background, and of course the free assessment that every office in Philippines will do your free assessment. So we don't charge fee for assessment. So you bring your CB, we will check your profile, and tell you this profile can fit you this course, and if you study this course, you become this, and if that first course is not good enough, they can also tell you about the second course, and then once you complete that course, then you come up with the occupation that is in demand, and then off you go. You are set.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that leads us to our sixth question. A lot of people are asking this: can I apply for work sponsorship after my studies in Australia?
Yeah, so work sponsorship is as long as you have an employer to sponsor you, and then as long as you are eligible, right? So you become eligible only if you are skilled. So someone here who finished hospitality and cookery course and become a chef or a cook, then they find an employer sponsor, then that cook can lead you to PR through 482 visa, or you become a chef, do a skill assessment, and then you also lead you to the PR through employer. But if you are working as an Uber driver, or if you are working as a waitress, or if you are working as a non-skilled worker, and your employer wants to sponsor you, then it's not possible. So even if your sponsor wants to sponsor, or employer wants to sponsor you, you are a very good waiter, or you are a very good non-skilled worker, it's not possible, because you have to meet the immigration criteria as well. Yes. So yes, it is possible as long as you are skilled. Once you come here on a student visa, as long as you are skilled, which is in demand, and you find an employer, then employer can sponsor you. They have to meet their criteria, applicant need to meet their criteria, and both of them need to meet immigration criteria. As long as these are all matching up, then yes, sponsor is possible for someone who complete their study here.
Yeah, has to be the perfect match.
Has to be perfect match. And again, yes, we can tell you exactly whether it's possible or not. You just need one visit to mate's office, and our experienced team can help you do that as well. But if you are offshore, if you are in Philippines and wanting to do a sponsor visa or a work visa, unless you are exceptionally talented, or unless you are skilled enough that are in demand, it's not possible. So it is difficult for you to get work visa, from offshore. And the first thing is we don't find employer for you as a mates international. We don't find employer for you. So if you find a sponsor, and if you are skilled enough in Philippines, then employer wants to sponsor, then we can help you with the visa. But we cannot find you employer. We can find you course and a college and admission and course. We can help you everything with your student visa, but we cannot find you an employer. But if you find an employer, we can help you with the sponsorship visa. In here, same in here. As long if you are in Australia and you have an employer to sponsor you, then you can come and talk to us, and we can check your eligibility right away. And then as long as both of you are eligible and you have the right occupation and you have the occupation that is in demand, then we can definitely help you with the student with the work visa as well.
Yeah, in some ways you're like the matchmaker.
Matchmaker, yes. Yes.
And a lot of people are also asking, can they bring their dependents to come here in Australia when they apply for any type of visa?
Yes, so on a student visa, once you can apply student and dependent together, that's option number 8. So if the student is already in Australia and they have a spouse in Philippines, they can bring their spouse later on. We can help you with the dependent visa as well. So yes, as long as you have a relationship evidence, if you are a de facto relationship, we need a 12 months of living together evidence, or you have a marriage certificate, and if you have a relationship, I think there's some sort of mutual understanding in Philippines. As long as you have evidence that you have lived together for 12 months and relationship for 12 months, if you have a child, that is also an evidence. So yes, it is definitely possible to apply dependent visa.
So they have to make sure that they have all this proof and
Just proof.
evidence.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. They need to prove the relationship in a paper,
Yeah.
legal paper.
So if if anyone in our audience is planning to do the de facto, as early as now, they should be getting all those papers, those evidences and
Yes.
proof, because sometimes it's really hard to gather all those proof, even just like finding your requirements to study in Australia, which leads us to our next question. What are the basic requirements to study in Australia?
So the basic requirement is, of course, the academic. You need to have a minimum of K-12 or A-12, right? The minimum qualification is K-12 or A-12. So academic, and then the English is not compulsory for every colleges and every courses. Some of the courses, like if you want to study nursing or teaching, then yes, the English can be a compulsory requirement. But most of the diploma courses, you don't need to have English, and you need a passport. And even the financial documents, so money is not compulsory as we speak for Philippines now, because they are assessment level 2. Even the financial documents are not compulsory. So basically, it's the academic document, passport, and then you need to write a letter, a GTE statement where it says why do you want to study in Australia. So we can give you the guideline and we can help you with a GTE statement as well. So that is basically the minimum requirement that you need to study in Australia.
Yeah, and that's also one of the things that a lot of people are talking about in the forums, the show money, because some courses they say that they need to show money. So is it compulsory or not anymore?
So no, as of now, it is not compulsory to have a show money. Some of the university will still need it. Most of the colleges would not need a show money to study diploma program. Some of the university would not need a show money as well, but you need to prove it to us that okay, you have enough funds to come here and study. But it is not compulsory to show a bank balance to immigration or some of the providers that can accept student without showing the evidence. But they need to declare that they have enough funds, and we need to go through the GTE criteria to check whether the students are can afford to study here in Australia. So we have our own selection criteria. If we think that the student cannot afford, then we don't accept it. And as long as they have, they can prove it to us that okay, they have enough funds to come here and study, then it's good to go. Yes, it is not compulsory. So money is not compulsory for every providers.
I really like how you touched on being honest and being forward with students. If you feel like they're not able or cannot afford to come here, then it's better if they save up a little bit more until they are financially ready to come here. Because a lot of people come here and students, and sometimes they don't have enough money to pay for their rents, and it breaks my heart. And that's good that you're very honest about it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to check, because it can be hard for them to if they don't have funds, enough funds to come here and study. So we need to make sure that we are checking criteria where we see that okay, look, this student is good enough to come here and study.
Exactly, and that's the thing, because you are here for the long run.
Yes, that's why we are here for 16 years. If we are not enough, if we're not good enough, or if we're not legit, I won't be here, for 16 years, and I have a plan to go another 16 years. So
exactly, 100 years. Why not? I hope I'll still be here in 100 years. I'll be there in your 100-year anniversary.
Yes, why not?
Another question that a lot of international students are asking is, how much money should I prepare for student visa applications? This is really like a practical stuff already.
Practical stuff, yeah. Look, it really depends. It really depends on which course they are coming to. Like if they are coming to a diploma program, the tuition fee can be anywhere from 7,000 to 10,000 Australian dollar per year. And they don't have to pay everything upfront. They can pay an installment, like 3-month installments or 6-month installments. So that is one expense. And they need to pay a 2 years compulsory insurance, which can be anywhere around $1,200 they need to pay that upfront. So 2 years insurance they need to pay upfront, that is compulsory. And the visa application fee is $659 Australian dollars for now. That is the application fee that they need to pay to immigration. So, and the processing fee to do all this, it depends on which city they are applying from. The processing fee can range anywhere from anywhere up to I would say how much, anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 is the processing fee. So that is basic, and they have to do the medical, which is about 7,000 to 8,000 pesos in Philippines, I believe. I'm not exactly sure how much the local charge in Philippines. So yeah, it's a tuition fee, the insurance, visa application fee, visa processing fee, and the biometrics and the medical that they need to do it in there.
Yeah.
So you know, if they're coming in a diploma program and talk about pesos, it can be anywhere from 270 to 300,000 pesos.
Yes.
If you talk about in pesos, but the university fee can be a little more, so it can go a little higher than 300,000 pesos.
Exactly. And that's quite good because for me, when I came here as a student, you know, I went through a university, so it's a little bit more expensive. But then again, because I had that guidance, I was given that good guidance and support. It's so important. And a lot of people would say, oh, I can do my student visa application myself. But then again, are you doing it right? Are you taking the right course? Is that the right pathway? What is your intention? Because it has to be a plan. Whatever you want to do in your life, it has to be intentional.
Yes.
You know, so for me, I would rather go through an agency because I have the peace of mind. I know that I did everything right legally and I'm good to go. And it's not good to go into a battle without your armor or sword, right?
True.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we also have a few more questions left. So this one is also one of the things a lot of people are asking on the forums. When and how can I change my course if I decide not to pursue my current one?
Okay, the rule is, look, you need to study once you are here in Australia. Remember, once you are here in Australia, you are here in Australia because you submitted that application saying, okay, look, I want to study this course and these are my reasons. You have submitted the whole lot of GTE statements saying that you want to do this course and you want to become this. So once you arrive in Australia, the rule is you need to study minimum of 6 months of your primary course. Then if you want, then you can change to different course. That's the rule with the zero risk. So primary course is basically if you have one course or one COE, your primary course is that course itself. But some of the time you come in a package course like the certificate 4 followed by diploma. So your primary course can be your second course, which is diploma. So they need to minimum finish the second course, 6 months of the second course, then they can change it to other course if they want to. So if you are changing a course without getting a release letter or without completing a primary course, then you are putting yourself in the risk of breaching your visa conditions. Even but if you are changing a course within the college, so if you come here in an accounting course and you want to change into an IT course, or you came in IT course and you want to change in the nursing course within the campus, if the colleges are allowing you to change the course, then you can change it without the release letter because it is within the same provider. But again, you are also but there is also 10% risk of when you are renewing your next visa. So immigration can ask you immigration can always ask you a question. So you came in an accounting course, but you changed into a different course within a month or so. So could you please explain me why did you change? And if you don't, they will give you a chance to explain. And if they don't like the explanation that student gave it to the High Commission when changing the next course, so they may refuse your next visa, so they may cancel your visa. So there is always a little bit of risk involved if you are changing a course within the providers or without the release letter or going into different provider. There's always a little bit of risk.
Yes.
So it is very important for you to think carefully if you are changing your course once you arrive in Australia. So because this is once in a lifetime opportunity, you have this visa out of so many millions of people wanting to come to Australia. Not everyone gets visa. Not everyone has that opportunity to build their career here in this beautiful country, Australia. So it's your decision, but the rule is, yes, if you complete your 6 months of primary course and then you don't like the course, and if you want to change it, that is the safe way of doing it. But students still tend to change the course without even completing the 6 months of primary course. So there is always a risk involved. So it is always good to take advice and decide wisely.
Yeah, it's really important to consult before you do anything, because you never know. One of your actions may get your visa canceled, and that's the last thing you want to happen. Exactly. And for our very last question, as you know, in the Philippines, we are caring, compassionate, and a lot of us are nurses. There's so many competent, talented, and skilled nurses out there in the Philippines, and a lot of them want to really work overseas. Why not? Why not?
Yes.
And here in Australia, it's a multicultural country. We are so welcoming to them. So if I am a registered nurse in the Philippines, do I still need to study?
Yes. So once, if you are a registered nurse in Philippines, you won't be an automatic registered nurse here in Australia. Okay. So most of the nurses would come here and either they do a different course. If they are doing a diploma level course, they can do an aged care course, or if they're coming in a master course, they can do a Master of Public Health. So once you are here and you are a registered nurse and have and got a little bit of work experience as a registered nurse in the Philippines, so there is a way of you becoming a registered nurse here as well. You have to go through certain tests and clinical tests. So you come here, you study, and you prepare for the test, and you go through the test while holding that student visa. And if you manage to pass the exams and do the clinical tests, and you become a registered nurse in Australia while holding that student visa and studying another course, then once you become the registered nurse in Australia, then it is possible for you to get a work visa, then it is possible for you to get a sponsorship, then it's possible for you to even get a PR if you have enough points. But yeah, there is no automatic registered nurse. If you are registered in Philippines, you cannot be a registered nurse here in Australia unless you go through the tests and exams. But yes, the best way of doing it is you can come here, study master program, and then, or you study a diploma program and prepare for the test and get yourself registered here.
Exactly. And I just wanted to give out a follow-up question as well. For everyone who's watching our live stream right now, a lot of them are probably asking, like, what is that course or pathway I should be going for? So what is the skilled courses or pathways that are in demand in Australia at the moment?
So at the moment, the number one demand course is Bachelor of Nursing, a registered nurse. Registered nurse is the number one course as we speak now, and some of the cyber security courses are coming in demand as well. Teaching is always in demand. And engineers are, of course, in demand as well. Accounting is a popular course as well, but it always fluctuates. We never know when accounting are really in high demand, and sometimes they are not in demand at all, because we see many students are studying accounting course, and there are so many graduates. So it can be a long queue doing there. And if you talk about vet courses, chef is always number one in demand. So chef, carpenters, building and construction. You know how many workers are needed in Australia in a building and building and construction industry. So these are some of the popular in-demand course. But again, whole lot of list in the skill occupation list. So there are hundreds of occupations that are actually in demand. So it really depends on what is your interest as well.
So if you have any questions, feel free to go to Mates International. They are opening their doors to you. If you want to go to their Brisbane office or go through email or websites in your website. So can you please tell us where they can reach you, where they can contact you? Because I'm sure that a lot of people will be inquiring your services after this live stream.
So we in Brisbane, we are based in the Brisbane city. Is 190 Edward Street. We are based in 190 Edward Street, level 7, and all our Filipino address and the branches in Philippines, you can find us in our website. We have a whole lot of branches all over Philippines. Starting from top, we have in Baguio, Manila, we have it in Bacolod, Cebu, down in Mindanao. We have it in Davao, Cagayan, General Santos. So there are branches everywhere in Philippines. All our address and phone number you can find find the details and contact number at our website, mateinternational.com. And of course, feel free to call our head office number as well. You can find us in a Facebook, our contact address in mateinternational.com as well. Feel free to just walk in our branch in Brisbane. And if you are in Perth, we have branch in Perth as well, and if you are in Adelaide, we have branch in Adelaide as well. Just feel free to any of our office here, come and talk to us, say hello, have a chat, have a coffee with us, and yes, we can help you on what we can. And we've been doing this for 16 years, so can make a difference.
Exactly.
And we have that experience of making. I would love to see my student getting PR. So that is where I see myself. I want to help student coming in here with the student visa, and I'll be happy for my student once they achieve that permanent residence. I can, hopefully I can walk in the street and say hello to everyone next door. Okay, these are all my students, a success story.
Because you're a popular person, you're like, oh, that's my student, that's my student. And that's true, because everyone that I know in the Filipino community, some of them really went through Mates International, and I've heard really good stuff from you. So well done, great jobs. And on that note, we also have a student with us here today. She is one of your clients, and she's now here in Australia. So she has a success story to impart to everyone and to inspire you to come here in Australia, because it's such a beautiful country. And you only live once, so you got to go for the good things in life. So please let's give a warm welcome to our guest, Cleo. Hello, Cleo.
Hello, guys.
How are you?
Thank you so much for having me here tonight.
Absolutely, and thank you for coming. And so how are you today?
I'm okay. I'm very well, thank you.
Are you nervous?
Not really.
No.
I'm used to it.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for being here. So one of my first questions for Cleo is tell us first about yourself. What is the dream? Why did you decide to come here to Australia?
Yeah. So I started coming in Australia back in 2019 as a student visa, and I'm having a culinary course, which is commercial cookery at Vibe College, which was helped by Mates International, so I applied with them too. And now I finished my commercial cooking, and I'm a chef now, and I have my graduate visa already with the help of Mates International.
Yay! Congratulations!
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mates. Thank you, sir. Battery's there. You helped me.
You made it happen.
Yeah. And then and end up to be a blogger, to share my journey as an international student in Australia, sharing how to be international students, what are the requirements, and also with the partnership of Mates International, we share also how to apply and to get permanent residency in Australia, and what are the courses available.
You give them the name of your blog so that they can follow and get update from you.
Some of the guys have known me already, so watch Clay TV. So it's most likely sharing journeys in Australia as a student visa and also as a working visa now, because I am 485. It's graduate visa, so it's a working thing. So sharing my journey, and also partnership with Mates International to help other people or other aspiring students to come to Australia, how to get permanent residency, what are the courses that they can avail to. So with the help with Mates, you can do whatever you want in Australia.
Exactly. And that is such a good thing that you're doing, because I really believe that information is key, education is power, and when you are sharing your story to people, you are showing the world what you can do, and you can inspire people to do the same, because all of us deserve to really reach our 100% potential in this world. Amen? Yeah, indeed, correct. But tell us also about your experience with Mates International. Walk us through your experience. How did they accommodate you and take care of you throughout your journey?
It's my first year. It's not really an easy life, because I went here back when I was 21 years old, and I started away from my family, and I'm not used to it before. But with the right guidance of my friends and my parents, and also my school mentors and Mates International, I get what I am today, and then I feel very confident in everything I do, because Australia is a great place to learn. And thank you also to Mates International, who helped me a lot on my visa. Every time. So, guys, if you really want to be an international student in Australia, go and apply with mates. Are very helpful, and also don't lose hope and pursue your dreams. There may be a lot of time that you're waiting on your visa at the moment, but just pray and you can get here in Australia and see you soon.
Yes, definitely. Dapat mag-meet
Yeah.
up. Have to do like a big meet up with
Yeah,
everyone.
soon on Bayani Hand. See you.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Cleo.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate you being here and sharing your story. And don't forget to also follow her vlog. That's
Clay TV.
so awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yes, all right.
Thank you, guys.
Amazing. And
Thank you.
of course, with Mates International, for 16 years of experience, helping people achieve their goals. And that could be you too. So please don't be shy and always make sure to get the right advice, consultation, because each step that you do in your life, it is very important that you do it right and perfectly, because you don't want things to turn around and go into a negative. So Mates International will be there for you. They will direct your energy into a positive direction for sure. And thank you so much,
Thank
Patrick.
you for having me. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much, because you've given so many knowledgeable insights, and there's so much that we can tackle in this topic. There's many things about migration law, but this is perfect because a lot of people are asking these questions. But before that, we also have the Bayanihan Festival coming up on June 3. That is exactly a month from now, June 3, and that will happen at the Kingston Butter Factory. Yes, so it's a Sunday as well, so it's a family day. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. Again, June 3, that's a Saturday. My apologies. And it is amazing because I've been there last year. We had 10,000 people coming, and I'm pretty sure we can double up the numbers. And while you're there, Mates International will also have their own stall at the Bayanihan Festival, right?
Yes, we'll be there. Come and say hello to us. We probably will have some giveaways as well, and love to be with the community. Come and enjoy the good food, the sun, the host. So yes, we'll have everything. We'll have everything, and it's a great community event. You should not be missing it.
Exactly, and thank you for being one of our gold sponsors. You've definitely helped us and support us with this endeavor to reach out to our Filipino community. So
it's proud to be part of the community event, and hopefully we can keep doing this.
Because you helped create this community.
Yes,
you've helped a lot of Filipino students come here. So on that note, everyone, please come at the Bayanihan Festival, June 3. Don't miss it. I will be there. Mates International will be there. Enjoy the Filipino food, our activities, performances, and say hi to us, okay? So thank you again.
Thank you,
everyone. And we'll see you again next time. Have a lovely evening. Bye.
Bye.
Mates International Education and Visa Services. Mates International is a trustworthy and experienced name around the world since 2007 for genuine education, migration and visa services for international students to fulfil their dreams in Australia. We are all about making you skilled, which is in demand in Australia. We are offering our services from different countries in the world. We have branches in Australia, Philippines, Nepal, India, Fiji, PNG, Japan, New Zealand, Indonesia, Mauritius. We have highly experienced and professional education counsellors and in-house registered migration agents to take care of you for your education, visa, migration, OSHC, OVHC purchase, and for your career counselling. We can help you make a skilled person which is in demand right away if you're thinking to stay longer in Australia. So, what are you waiting for? Contact or visit Mates. Mates International. Trust the experience. Trust Mates. Achieve results with Mates.